friend, welcome back to my channel. Today I show you how to create a pod in Kubernetes. The requirement to do this demo, you need to have Docker and Kind up and running in your computer. If you don't have that, please check the links below. So let's go to the pod. The pod is the minimum resource on Kubernetes. It can have one container or more containers. Okay, in the pod I have a pod, and this pod has two containers. One container with Nginx in the port 80, and another container with Regis on port 6379. And they share resource, they share memory, they share everything inside this pod. And the connection for one container for another container will be local. So you don't need to use connection outside. And when you create this pod, they create an IP. And this IP will be for container with Nginx and container with Redis. Example, if I wanted to check like my Nginx, I can put this IP with this port, or I can put this IP with this port to go to Redis. So they will go to be in the same pod and with different ports, and if I need to connect Nginx and Redis, I do that local. I just put it like 0 or localhost and the port. The port Nginx want a connection in the Redis, I just put it local and 6379 port, so I can have this connection. If I need Redis connect to the Nginx, I can just put it like localhost and port 80. Remember, this is not the best way to deploy on Kubernetes. I have a video show the best way to do it. Let's go to the best code to this demo. First thing, I need to clone my GitHub. After that, I cd the YouTube channel and cd folder 20 and open the VS Code. Okay, in the folder I have a kind configuration that's you go to use to create a Kubernetes cluster. You have the make file with all the steps you go to use in this demo, and you have the pod file, that is the YAML file to create a pod with Nginx. So let's go to the terminal. First thing you need to do is make create cluster. So I go to create my cluster, Kubernetes cluster with kind. So when it's done, I will come back. Okay, I create the Kubernetes cluster with kind. So let's clean this. Okay, let's go to create our first pod. So make create pod. So we'll go choose this command in here. kubectl run test, that's the name for my first pod, and the image I go to use is the Nginx latest. So this is like when you run docker run, look like that, but that's in Docker you just create a container. Now we go to create a pod. So next step is make list pods. So they go to show the pods, and when I talk about with you guys, you have a IP in here. That's the IP for our container. So let's go to, so you have the information for the pod. You have the name, post, test. When you see here is a one pod and is ready to receive connections. The pod is up and running. And the time, the IP in the node, you create this pod. Okay, next one is make apply pod config. Let's go to use our configuration. You have this YAML here. So in the YAML, you have the version you have for this pod. You need to put the kind. That's the kind you go for our object. The kind is pod. Next one's the metadata. You have the Nginx, that's the name for the pod, not the container. And you have the specifications for the container here. So you have the containers. So if I need another container, I can put the new container here. I can put it like the imaging. I can put the imaging and the name for the container. If I go to create another container, I can put it like the name. I can put in here the imaging and the name. They go to create this pod. So when you apply, so that's create the pod. So this command go to apply this file in here. So remember, like Kubernetes is a declarative language. They use an object to create the objects inside. If you want to create a service, create an ingress, you just can create with the YAML file, and you say Kubernetes, I want this, and they go to create that for you exactly what you have in the file. So that's make it easy. This run, like the command that I run before, is just for you use for make some tests or just right now when you learn. But don't use this for create the pods. Remember, I told you I have a video how to deploy new application in the right way, and I put it like a deployment, and deployments create a new replica set, and this replica set keep the pods up and running for us. That's the right way. But if you want to know more, go to this video and check. So go back to the tutorial. You need to go now to check if this pod is up and running. Make list pod, and you see you have our two pods running. You have the Nginx, the ones you create for this file, and test, the ones you create by the command, run the command. The same way when you have the Docker exec and go inside the container, you can go inside this pod. So you just use the make exec pod. So let's go inside the pod Nginx. So the same way you use a Docker, you can do that in Kubernetes. So you can check your Nginx. You can check the pod, and if this is up and running, so just Nginx -p, and you see like you have the Nginx information then up and running. So to go out, Ctrl D, so you go out for that. So after that, you can run this command the another way too. So make check Nginx. They go to do the same command, but you don't go need to attach in the pod. You just like can use like this command Nginx key, and they go to check if the configuration for the Nginx is in the right way. So the rule for pods is one pod, one container. I have exceptions, but normal the rule is one container, one pod. The rule is one pod, one container. Have the sidecar, but that's will be exception for you. But normal, you just put it one pod, one container. Example, you don't want like I have a app, and this app have a MySQL database, and when I want to put a container with MySQL, another container with my application. The application and the MySQL, they run in different ways. So it's not good you put it like this together. So normally one pod, one container, because database is scale different for my app, and that can make conflicts and can break my application in production. And remember, don't use the same port for the containers inside the pod, because you have conflict and that can break your application too. Okay, let's use the last command. Will be make delete pod. Let's delete our pod. So use the two different commands. The first ones will be kubectl delete pod. That's going to use the YAML file to delete. And the second ones will be kube delete pod test enforce, and that's go to delete The first pod you just create with the terminal. So let's let's use make delete all, enter, and let's go to delete the pods and the clusters at the same time. Pod is more complex than what I show you, but that's the simple way I try to clarify how pods work. Please put a comment and I try to answer or create a new video for that. So that's it, how to create a pod in Kubernetes. If you like this video, please subscribe my channel and like it. And I see you in the next one.